When I was 18, I lied to my teacher's face. I was sat in a meeting with the careers advisor. He said I had to go to uni. What a waste it was if I didn't. I'd be throwing my life away. So I lied and I told him I'd applied after all. The meeting ended and I went on about my life. A few months later, at a parent-teacher event, the careers advisor said to my mum and dad, "I'm so glad he made the decision to go to uni." My parents looked at each other, a bit confused, and just sort of smiled. Now, I was lucky. My parents only really wanted me to do whatever it was that I wanted to do. So we all sat and lied to the school together. Good old-fashioned lies. Now, don't get me wrong, I loved my school. This was the only foot they ever put wrong. But back then, everyone thought uni was the only option if you wanted to make it in life. People thought that you were guaranteed a great job after because that's how it worked for the previous generation. Now, all I wanted to do was make things, music, videos, and websites, which, by the way, wasn't something people did back in 2003 at school. That wasn't normal. I remember a lot of people asking why I was making websites, like I was a bit weird. But why am I jabbering on about this? Well, in modern day standards, young people are now obsessed with all of those things I was, and many start editing, filming, presenting and designing in their bedrooms from a really early age for fun. So I wanted to try and do something about this. It's a real concern that young creatives still get told by their parents to look at real jobs. So one day I got a message on my other YouTube channel from someone called Tom. He said he'd been watching us since we had 500 subscribers and could he edit something for us, just for the experience. Now, to me, any 14-year-old who's looking to build a portfolio of work is going to go places. You can't make people motivated or care, no matter how many Tony Robbins talks you watch. Some people just get on with things in life, whilst others just sit there feeling motivated, but doing nothing. So I really wanted to chat to him. We connected on Instagram, Tom sent me some screenshots of his design work, I checked out his YouTube channel, and the guy's a natural on camera. He's filming, editing, and he's doing things to a standard that with a little feedback, I feel like he could charge for. 14-year-olds used to do paper rounds, so why can't they provide creative services? It was at this point I was looking at outsourcing work to Fiverr for some social media content for my animation business. Which got me thinking, what if businesses in a similar situation turn to the youth of their own country for creative work rather than overseas? Can a 14-year-old out-design, edit or work the talent on Fiverr? Because actually, they've probably been using computers and creative software for long enough to have a lot of experience. So I gave Tom a challenge to design me a series of Instagram posts for the Underdog Collective, whilst at the same time paying someone on Fiverr to design a series of posts for my production company to see who's better, a 14-year-old or Fiverr. So the brief was pretty simple. Make some Instagram content that either educates, entertains, and would stick out on a timeline. It would need to be in line with both brands' values and tone. So, as Tom had never worked with a brand guide before, I made him a video explaining, because why would a 14-year-old know anything about brand guides? I also need to tell you now that I gave Tom more feedback because he's not out there selling a service as a professional like the people on Fiverr. This would be his first ever paid design job, and I've got to be realistic. So I started hunting down Fiverr gigs and made my choice and sent a brief to both. Now Tom came back really quick with his work, and he made exactly the same mistake I made when I started doing creative work, and I think most people do.
Going into this project, I had absolutely no idea on how to create any graphics with lots of words in them. Now in the 5 years that I've had the software, the sort of things that I could do were logos and photo editing. That's my sort of style, if you will. So to start off with, Ed gave me a brief on a 1x1 graphic, the sort of thing you'd see on Instagram. It was a complete car crash. There was words everywhere, there was different colours of words, there was different fonts. It was terrible. Now after some feedback from Ed, I came out with a few things that I was kind of happy with. From my first attempt, I've improved so much.
So if anyone ever sends you something that looks busy, don't panic, remind them of the goals you need and understand that they might be trying to add too much value to start. So here's the first design Tom sent. Now I blurred it because the writing will give away the next part of the video, but you can see there's a lot going on under there. Before I show you the results, I told Tom I'd pay him because I'm not into child slave labour, and I'd love to support him, help him learn how to work with clients as well as design, so I thought I'd call up a professional designer, as I'm not, and get them to rate the Fiverr work and Tom's work. They'll have to guess whose is whose, and then tell me how much he thinks you should charge for each, then I'm going to pay Tom that. So So James, thank you very much for agreeing to be the judge of this competition. So let's fire up the first design.
Are we trying to sell people getting stabbed in the back of the head with keys for this product, or?
All right, so the next one.
I think it's a bit more simple, like it's kind of got more of a focal point. I'm sort of reading the text and I'm not being staring at the key being shoved into the back of someone's cranium. I think that's what's working for me.
Awesome. Okay, so here's the next one.
Again, I'm not minding it. It's quite simple. Like it looks like it would have taken about 5 minutes to make, but it's kind of got a nice balance going.
Here's another one.
Yeah. This one, it's really hard to digest. It's a bit all over the shop.
And I think this is the last one.
That logo slapped onto his head. I don't know, it looks like the sniper's just taking a pot shot with a paintball.
What are you thinking when you look through this?
Well, straight up, I don't know, it just feels better. The colours are working a lot better as well, like the yellow and black. And I like the playful quote.
Okay, cool. Next one.
Well, I like that it's simple, and I didn't sort of realise it until I had a second look, but you can see Mr. T's mohawk, which is kind of cool. I like that it's subtle. Yeah, so I really like that, actually. Yeah, you always wanted more, didn't you? It really works. Yeah, no, I think it's really good.
Good stuff. They went above and beyond and made a little square animation. It's just simple, something that would scroll on Instagram, just showing off some of the products, basically.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, that's really cool.
First off, how much would you pay, or do you think designer one should have charged there?
It's not much thought that's gone into it. I'd be charging $100 for all of those.
Okay.
$100, I think. Well, I like that they've come up with a concept. So there's that visual concept of putting the glasses, having Mr. T's mohawk, that sort of stuff. That was almost a concept phase. So, you charge, say, an hour's worth for that, and then maybe at least an hour or two on top of that for actually making it. So, you'd be more than happy to pay at least double the other one, but it'd probably be more than $300. If you're an agency or something and you pay $300.
Question is, which one was Fiverr and which one was a 14-year-old?
The crap one. Can I call it the crap one?
Yeah.
I hope it's not the 14-year-old because I've just stomped on his dreams, but I'll say that the crap one was the Fiverr. So the yellow one, 14-year-old.
A bit of tension. And you were correct. So the yellow series was Tom. Who got in touch and asked to do some work. So now I need to work out how much you've just cost me.
You just give him $300. I'm impressed. Like
a good experiment. Thank you very much for your time.
No worries, thank you.
Okay, so I've just finished my Zoom call with James, and I have sent Tom his money. I paid him £150, which was about the right exchange rate for Australian dollars right now. And I'm guessing Tom's got it because he has just sent me a voice note.
Wait. Oh my god. Holy... I'm speechless. Thank you so much. Oh my... I can actually be earning money for this stuff. That's a legit graphic designer said that's how much I could earn from that. I'm literally speechless. Thank you so much.
I think that says it all, really, doesn't it? I need to outsource work overseas for my side hustle. But I do believe that 14-year-olds are not the same as they were when I was 14, or probably you. I didn't have all of the information in the world ever on my phone that I could just access like that. They're smarter than we were, and tech has allowed them to pursue their interests from a very early age and develop them fast to a higher standard. Too many people of my generation got jobs because they provided a steady income or were sensible. Not enough went after the thing they loved, and when you make money doing the thing you love, you never work a day in your life. So I'm going to keep working with Tom, and his next challenge is to edit a short vlog for this channel, making use of B-roll, graphics, sound, you name it, versus someone I'm going to outsource to on Fiverr, or maybe actually another platform. Just in case you're worried, I'm not chasing stupid timelines here. I'm aware Tom has exams, school, I don't want him stressed, staying up late, working and exhausting himself, so the next episode of this series won't be next week. It needs to be fun and a bit of an adventure, and I want him to feel like he can get creative, take his time, learn new skills, and edit a badass video to be proud of. If you want to catch that, hit subscribe to make sure you don't miss it. And if you know of any other young people out there with drive and a creative mentality, why not give them a crack? Treat them fair and set them some enjoyable challenges. A lot of them might not be ready yet, but the ones that are surely worth the chance.